Apart from the reasons of Crawford's shiny head, Mackay's knockoff shades, and the fact Paik always looks pissed off, I'm here to discuss who the top 5 specialists are in 2024, as recently I've seen quite a few Reddit posts asking the question of who currently is the best specialist in BF 2042. There are 14 specialists altogether, and I see so many players using specialists that have absolutely no utility relative to the game modes they are playing. Over the course of 2042's lifespan, these 14 specialists have received nerfs and buffs. So what are the best specialists as of right now? What makes a great specialist? How do I utilise specialist traits and gadgets to my team's advantage? I will be answering these questions and taking you through the specialists which I believe are currently the best to use, in addition to looking at their strengths such as specialist gadgets, including grappling hooks, Vulcans, Surette pistols and infiltration devices. Due to the difference in contrasting abilities, this top 5 is in no particular order. First up, we have Crawford within the support class. Apart from Crawford's special trait of being bald, Crawford's specialist trait means he has the ability to carry extra rockets. With most hits on a tank only consisting of 27 damage, this is a must if you want to push those tanks back and stop them from destroying your team. There is never enough players willing to play this role, which often, more times than not, is the difference between winning and losing a game of Breakthrough. Playing the Crawford role, especially when it comes to hunting vehicles, you are an invaluable asset to your team, even if that doesn't convert into stats on the leaderboard. Crawford's gadget is the mounted Vulcan, which is basically a stationary minigun with a shield attached to it. Sometimes you just need to get that good old school heavy duty weaponry which can push the enemy back into retreat. The Vulcan gadget can be especially useful in those maps with lots of choke points where the enemy can't flank you from the side and have to take the head-on engagement. I find this gadget sets the tone when playing the first 30 seconds of Redacted, when you deploy the Vulcan down the tunnel and send a message to the enemy team that you mean business. Notable game modes that Crawford is especially useful in is 128 Conquest due to the size of the maps, meaning there are lots of vehicles involved. In addition to Breakthrough, particularly useful when vehicles are camping in the choke points or within objectives on the map, and you need some anti-tank weaponry to clear the way for friendly infantry. Every team needs a direct counter to vehicles, and Crawford provides just that. Mackay. He is my personal favourite for the reason his specialist gadget and specialist trait cater towards an aggressive style play. Mackay's gadget is the grappling hook, which you can use up to 25 metres. By that I mean grapple onto ledges and rooftops, although you can use it to embarrass enemies by killing them with it. For context, 25 metres can get you to the top of the ship on Stranded. The grapple hook got nerfed down from 35 metres, but is still one of the most handy gadgets in the game. This grappling hook can get you into some very sneaky positions, therefore being able to take advantage by looking down on your opponents. Or it can be useful when needing to get out of sticky situations when outnumbered and needing to retreat. Mackay's specialist trait is that he can run, zipline and strafe faster. This doesn't sound like it should be a specialist trait, but trust me, it makes the world of difference. Being able to strafe faster than your opponent gives you a much higher probability of winning a gunfight. Another bonus to Mackay is that because he comes under the assault class, he starts with more ammunition at the start of each spawn. For those more experienced players who have the ability to go on large kill streaks, extra ammo is something that you are going to need. When it comes to specific game modes, Mackay I would say is the most versatile, being useful in every single game mode of BF 2042, whether that's Breakthrough or Infantry Breakthrough, 128 or 64 Conquest, Russian TDM, the list goes on. Mackay should be doing most of the heavy infantry pushing, whether that be using his speed to flank opponents or using the grapple hook to gain an advantage from above. Blasco. Blasco has got to be the best recon specialist for the reason she has the X6 infiltration device, which is a frequency jammer. It disrupts enemy gadgets, turrets and minimaps within a radius of 20 metres. Allies also can't be spotted within the 20 metre radius of the device. Blasco is able to equip the tug as a gadget, which can spot enemies within its radius. The infiltration frequency jammer can actually be used as another tug, since you get notified every time the gadget is blocking an enemy's minimap. As a side note, it's important to know after 30 seconds the charge on the tug depletes, so it won't be able to spot enemies from as far. So to get the most out of the tug, you may need to place one down right next to its original spot if you want the full charge working at all times. As Blasco's role is a recon character, she also comes equipped with a spawn beacon. This can be useful when trying to push enemies around the flanks and take out needing to run all the way around the map several times. As a side note, You and your squad mates can only spawn on the beacon around 8 times, so place another one down every couple of spawns to ensure you keep your positioning. Blasco brings a lot of value to her team, who can play a vital role in winning matches through placing jammers, tugs and spawn beacons. For those stat padders, these gadgets enable you to rapidly acquire assists, which can easily get you up the leaderboard without the need of gaining many kills. The specialist gadget of the infiltration device can be particularly useful within a highly concentrated area on game modes such as Breakthrough or Rush XL, as the jammer can affect multiple enemies and gadgets all at once whilst protecting the team from being spotted. Paik. Paik is another strong choice when it comes to the recon class. Her special gadget is the EMGX scanner, which gives the ability to use her visor and enables her to see enemies within a small radius through walls and smoke. The EMGX scanner has a 25 meter radius. This can be incredibly helpful in close quarter situations to see where and how the enemies are hidden behind corners. Paik's specialist trait is Eagle Eye, where she can scare enemies by looking angry the whole time. No. But seriously, Paik's trait is Eagle Eye, where she can spot enemies that you shoot automatically without having to manually press the spot key. This can be very useful as it takes away another action needed to gain valuable information for your team. Paik can be particularly useful in those smaller game modes and maps such as Rush, TDM and Conquest 64, as every time you spot an enemy, it becomes more valuable when there are less opponents to find. Paik's specialist gadget, the EMGX scanner, is most useful on the map Redacted, where there are countless enemies hiding behind walls and in tunnels. Falck. Falck has been the go-to support specialist for many people throughout BF 2042. Her specialist trait is Combat Surgeon, which allows her to use the defib at an extremely fast rate. This can be especially helpful when picking enemies up who are under fire, or when picking multiple enemies up off the ground at once. The specialist gadget for Falck is the S21 Surette pistol, which can be used to heal teammates at range or fire into the ground to heal yourself and or be picked up later. This reminds me of the medic role in BF5, where you could always heal yourself, ensuring you're able to take multiple hits while rapidly replenishing health. If you're feeling cheeky, you can actually hurt and kill enemies with the Surette pistol as well. Falck is a versatile specialist that can be useful on every game mode. However, the game mode I think Falck is most useful in is Breakthrough, due to the nature of the tight choke points and objectives, meaning there are guaranteed to be many players needing to be revived within the same vicinity. So there we have it, the top 5 specialists within Battlefield 2042 in 2024. What were your thoughts? Do you think there's anything I've missed? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, please help me out by giving me a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.